Hey everybody, JD here again. Welcome back to the channel. Jason at Hot Rod Model Cars asked a question about your oldest kit and your coolest kit, and I decided I would make a video about what I have in my stash. The oldest kit I have, this is because of Matthew at Model Car Videos. I had never heard of Renwall, and I went poking around after he did his video on his Corvette kit that he built. I found two Renwall 1930 Packard Victoria kits on eBay, and one of these is open. I put everything, packed everything, put stuff in to keep it from getting damaged, the chrome and stuff. That one I will probably build someday. And I have another one that's still sealed. I'm going to keep that one. I don't usually care about sealed kits, but this is, 1966. I'm going to leave it sealed and save it for, a collection. Maybe I'll do a small scale group build with one of these. I have some other kits, other older kits. Like Matthew said, I don't know how old this kit is. A friend of mine gave me this kit, my friend Bill that had the Edsel. I think I've mentioned it before. I don't know what year this kit is, but it is... he gave it to me. Again, I put everything in bags to keep things protected. As you can see, it's still unbuilt. I didn't build it when I originally bought it because I did not know how to use an airbrush, and I didn't know what kind of paint to use to paint the car. I was planning to learning using an airbrush. You can see the instructions are like multicolored. I didn't know how to use an airbrush. I've got some MCW turbine bronze that I probably will use for this car when I build it, because I would like to build this car. This is one of the cars I have never seen a real one. I know Jay Leno owns one, but I have never seen one of these in person. So, I'd like to remedy that someday. That's another. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what year that kit is. The other kit I have, another Johan kit, is this Snap Kit Cadillac Coupe de Ville Johan kit. Rick at Rusty Rotors was saying he wants this Torino. I have that kit also. I built that kit. I would love to have the Javelin, and because it's just odd, I would love to have that Olds. But this is, I don't know what year it is. Probably, I don't know, late 70s, early 80s. I know I was a youngster. A friend Bill, I think he gave me this too, because he was big into Johan stuff. He got me into it, and I bought some of my own kits. I have a few. I have a Fury, 62-300, Petty Superbird, and this. The kits that I think are cool, that are old kits, are Matthew said he had a Hubley Packard. I think it was this. I have the Sport Phaeton. Now this is special to me and cool to me because this and the other two that I have were my father's kits, and these are from, according to The Roman numerals, because, you know, we can't print anything in the Roman numerals on these are, we can see down at the bottom right corner, it's 1976. And it's just an unbuilt, still everything in the packages. And I have no plans of building this because my late dad loved these kits for some reason. He never built one, but he loved these kits. And he bought a few of these. So I have that one. I have the 1932 Chevrolet Coupe. And again, unbuilt. This one actually has a brochure in it that I don't have in either of the other kits. And this is the only other piece of information that has a date on it. It has somewhere, it has, again, Roman numerals. There they are. And it has the whole line of cars. And that one's special to me because of reason. But see, it's still unbuilt in the box. And you'll note how the body comes out, how you get the body in the box. I have this other kit, which is also cool to me, is the 32 Chevrolet Phaeton. Again, unbuilt. That I got when my dad passed away. Everything's still in the packages and everything. And the reason those are special to me is because this right here is what you can do with one of those kits. My dad's friend, I don't remember his name, built this car out of a Hubley Kit. And it's he made, I can do this without, he added a bunch of engine detail, spark plug wires, I think it's a fuel line. The guy who built this kit for me taught me a lot about how to use shrink tubing for radiator hoses and everything. I don't remember what he painted this car with, but he did a lot of work to it because you can't see. He made, like I said, this is usually a one-piece kit. He put a hinge in the middle and epoxied it. He made the doors work. He cut the doors open because this one's falling apart because this kit is so old, and I need some tender loving care. Doesn't have any side glasses, but you know, he put the seat in it. He did the door panels. Painted it. I don't remember what he painted it with. But he used like dollhouse hinges for the doors, and I really need to get in here and give us some. But he made working door handles, which this one here has gotten bent, but he made working door handles. The tape's coming off, but he painted it two-tone. He used some material for the roof, and I really like to restore this because it was, you know, my dad loved this model. He had another friend who built this case for it, who when I was in high school, this guy was like 80 years old. He built boats. He built sailboats for a living, or as a hobby or something. But the guy who built this for my dad also built this really cool Viper from Battlestar Galactica, the original Battlestar Galactica show. He weathered it, replaced the laser cannon with brass tubing. That thing is like awesome. It's beautiful. This is like another thing I will never get rid of. But he did. I would love to build one of these and actually, try and do this kind of work with it with any kind of sci-fi model I built. It's probably a little bit yellowed because it's this is like from when I was like in high school. But there's the original color that he painted it, and this thing is beautiful. He also gave me a model of one of the Eagles, I think they're called, from Space 1999. One of the old kits that he painted and pretty much detailed the same way. And he's the guy who really got me to really like building models. The other very cool thing I have, it's not really a model. This is a promo, because I used to own a 1972 Camaro Rally Sport. It was a 350 automatic 2-barrel. But I saw this online before there was the internet. I bought this. I think I spent $80 for it when I bought it, and this was probably in it was when I was married, so it was probably the 90s or whatever. This is a model, a promo of a 72 SS 396, and in 1972, the Camaro factory went on strike. And they only made like 976 SS 396s, which I think is like, whoa. I don't think I've ever seen one. But the thing is interesting is that, they brain fart. Is it anyway? I don't know. Lost my train of thought. But this is a very cool. It's not painted. It's the color of the plastic. I don't know how much this is worth now, but I like this. This is another one of my cars that I like to keep. This always stays in this case. That's probably the first time it's been opened in years. But I really just really like that car. I miss my Camaro. But the funny thing is that I have a Fiesta ST now. And that car is probably way more fun to drive than the Camaro was. The Camaro was great, but compared to my ST, it was a barge. Whereas my ST is awesome because it's tiny and I can put it in places. And not the fastest car in a straight line. I mean, it's pretty quick, but you want to talk about going around corners, that car's a blast. But that's my stuff that I have. I know the Viper isn't a car, but the guy who built that and built my dad's Model A just really did an outstanding job. I really wish I could be as good as he is. I remember, wish I could remember his name. He, after he built this car for my dad, he was building I think it was a Revell Ferrari kit. I don't remember what model Ferrari was. I think it was like a 1/16 scale. It was a larger scaled kit, and I think it was a Revell or a monogram kit. And he was building it so that the suspension worked. He did all the wiring. He did all the hoses. He did the clear fuel lines for the carburetors because it was a V12 with the six Webers. And I remember him telling me how he was doing things. He was like putting the suspension together. He was making it work. He was drilling it out and using model aircraft screws and bolts and stuff like that to make the suspension work. And he showed me how to use ballpoint pen springs inside the shock absorbers. He made the shock absorbers out of tubing, and he made the suspension work. And I wish I still knew where that guy was, because he pretty much instilled my love of wanting to build model cars in me, because he showed me all kinds of stuff about using Like on this Model A, some of the striping is drafting tape, and so he showed me all kinds of really cool tricks and stuff like that, and gave me ideas. I have like a Barago Ferrari 512 diecast that I experimented with based on his ideas. I replaced the tires and wheels with something more realistic, and used a stick pin for the gear shift lever, painted the end of it white like a knob, and it was like really cool. The guy taught me a lot, and I have no idea where he is now. I haven't talked to this person in 30 years since I was married, before I was married. But anyway, enough of my rambling. That's about my take on things. The Hubley kits, I'll probably keep those, just a memorial for my dad. This is good. The Ford is going to go back on the shelf. One of these days I'll getting around to fixing it, repairing it, whatever. And but those are a few of the things I have. I have some other kits, old kits that I got that I've had longer than I've had the Renwall kits, like the turbine car and a couple other things. But some of the stuff I have is like 30 years old that I bought when I was actively building when I was married, and I never finished or never started. That I want to get around to building. But that's it for me. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I ordered something. I'm hoping to get it this weekend. Sean over at Model Car Guy, he did a video about a company that makes models of the Holden Kingswood and the Monaro GTS. Well, I ordered one of the the Kingswood with the 6 in it, the 4-door sedan with the 6 in it, because my friend Daniel, who's Australian and lives in Japan, one of his unicorns was a Mazda sold a Holden HQ in Japan with a rotary engine in called the Road Pacer. And it'd be kind of interesting to see what the differences are between that and what a Kingswood is, and maybe build a model of the Road Pacer. If I can find a 124 scale rotary engine to put in it, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be something very different. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.